Well, here we are above Honolulu, Hawaii, or I believe they call it Hawai'i. This is Google Flight Simulator. The ground terrain is very realistic because I'm at a lower altitude. It's not as realistic as if I were at say 5,000 feet. As the instrument indicator below shows, I'm at about 1,500 feet and descending rapidly. It's a very beautiful picture. The time of day is sunset, around 6 p.m. above Honolulu. There are the mountains to the north of Honolulu. If we would go up one of those canyons, we would be able to descend down to the two cities on the north side. I forget the name of them, Kaneohe or Kalihi. And now we're pointed toward Diamond Head and Waikiki. The ocean is quite bright. That effect needs work. It's a little too bright, even though the sun is shining off the sea. You can see from the shadows the sun is low. The sea is too bright, so that special effect needs improvement. There are probably a lot more buildings in reality if we're flying this route. These are a limited number of buildings, artificial constructs. But quite a few. I would estimate, looking at it, what would you say, 10,000 buildings? That's a lot. But in reality, it'd be more dense than that, even. Waikiki is starting to look like a miniature New York City almost. Here is below us the National Military Cemetery in an ancient volcano crater called Punch Bowl. Very beautiful. As I mentioned on an earlier trip over Los Angeles, the flight simulator terrain is very good, based on actual photographs of the Earth's terrain. I don't know if they do it from space or from a high altitude aircraft. It's the best. Google Earth is just awesome. Totally stunning. This looks like the boat canal. I'm trying to remember if it's the Hawai'i boat canal or not. We're heading out to sea. We're rounding and pointing at Honolulu International will come into sight. Maybe we'll do a little more flying and then attempt a landing at Honolulu. In terms of excellence of planes, Microsoft Flight Simulator is just totally awesome. And there are add-on planes you can get for Flight Simulator 10X. Thousands, literally thousands of beautiful, marvelous aircraft, and all true to life in their behavioral characteristics. The few aircraft you have in Google Earth are, they're nice, but they're quite primitive. So as I mentioned before, I would like to see the best of the best combined. Google Earth with Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Well, there's Honolulu International ahead of us. Our flights are in real life illegal, flying around all this congested airspace with thousands of planes in an uncontrolled way. Would be quite dangerous. Okay, we're back toward Waikiki at 1,000 feet. Kind of buzzing the area. In reality, we would probably be arrested when we land, but in Flight Simulator you can kind of enjoy yourself. You do miss the excellent terrain. If you get too close, it gets washed out and fuzzy due to the resolution of the terrain. Okay, maybe we'll try a landing. Typically, new people, whether in a real plane or in a simulator, are too low in altitude. It's quite dangerous, and you can stall and fall 500 feet and crash. So when you're getting dangerously low, like we are, just a couple hundred feet, you have to give it some more gas and get your airspeed up. These planes typically will stall out 60 to 80 miles an hour, so you want to keep your airspeed up. You've got a lot of runway, so stay up there a couple hundred feet and then cut back to idle after you're over the threshold of the runway. You've got a couple miles of runway there, so there's no problem about overshooting the runway on these international airports in a small plane. And the air currents, these are kind of realistic because air currents can toss you around and make you think that, oh no, I'm getting airsick here right at the end. But it'll settle down, then you cut back and it'll just kind of settle down and float down onto the runway. And there we had a nice little flight over Honolulu. Hope you enjoyed it.